Hey guys, gals, and Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome to the 18th Town Hall. I hope that you can all hear me and see me just fine. Before I get too far in, today we are trying out something different on YouTube. They have implemented a new ultra low latency setting for the stream, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that you in chat should see things popping up super quick, or at least, you know, relatively faster. Already it seems to be faster than it normally is, so I think that's great. I think it's actually working, so yeah, there we go. Well, I chance it happens every... We won't go into details, but yeah, if you've never been to a town hall before, it is a monthly chat where we get together and we just have a good time. We hang out, you get to ask me questions about the characters, I get to ask you questions. It's just it's a chance for us to, you know, just chill, and it looks like things are a lot faster, so we should have some pretty good I guess response time between the two of us. So look, YouTube has been doing stuff in the background. Martin Kelly, though, didn't get his notification. For some reason with the stream, it seems that there sometimes just are no notifications at all. Some, and then none at all. So yeah, there we go. But everyone seems to think it's really fast, so that's absolutely awesome. Pringles, thank you so much for waking up at 6:30. I know that around the world, for some of you it's morning, others it's evening, for some of you it's the middle of the day, but however and wherever you are, thank you for joining me today. The only other thing that I need to check with everyone is there is some music in the background. Let me know if that's too loud or if it's too quiet, because we can go and push it up there as well. That's right, Walker in Korea, it's 5 AM. That is, Walker, I admire your dedications. Thank you so much for joining us. So, it's great, it's good to see everyone. But yeah, I mean, the latency is fantastic. That's good. I mean, like, it actually feels like we're having a conversation now, which is, it's perfect. So, there we go. Red Wolf, thank you. I'm always looking at ways to improve the beard itself. So, yeah, there we go. Triton has actually purchased some more beard rings for me recently. He saw some online and he's got them coming my way, so I might be able to try out some different styles. So there we go. Yeah. Ben from Discord's birthday is coming up in 1 to 2 days. Can we give him a shout out? Well, yeah, definitely we can. So Ben, happy birthday to you in 1 to 2 days. And you know what? Because I'm in New Zealand, I guess it could be today, or it could be another day from now. I'm not sure, but because we live in the future in New Zealand, we are from the future. It's okay, you don't need to panic. Everything here is pretty good. We've got flying cars and stuff like that. But yeah, everything happens for us first. And that's why it's great. Whenever there's a midnight release of anything, it means that we get it before anyone else. So that's fantastic. Whenever they do that with films, it's great, because they are the very first, they come out here first, which is just so good. And Ray, congratulations for joining adulthood. It's funny that you mentioned that, because it's when I was a child, when I was growing up, I had in my mind this concept that once you became an adult, you just knew everything. You knew all the things, essentially. And, well, obviously that's very far from the truth. And as I started getting towards my teenage years, it was then I started realizing that, like, your parents, they don't learn how to parent. They don't learn any of that stuff. They're just winging it. Like, everyone is literally just winging it, and, making it work the best way they can. I watched a song from Boy in a Band recently. His I can't. It's something about leaving school. I'm not condoning, but like it was just a great song. And in there, it did make some really good points about there are a lot of things that we just don't learn in school, and adulting, I think, is one of those. We just don't learn how to adult, and it's something that I always assumed that I would it would magically happen one day, but apparently it doesn't. So there you go. Headless, you need to ask, do I think it's possible for Dusk to become more than just a plant? Well, I feel like she already has, in a sense, because of all the CBMs that she has in her now, so yeah, there we go. Yuli asked if my beard had a voice, what would it sound like? If this thing becomes sentient, then it's over. I think my beard is already running the channel. I know I've talked to some of you before about I've had legit nightmares, actual nightmares about shaving my beard off. I kid you not. In my dream, I'm shaving and then I'll accidentally shave a bit, or because quite often it's risky. I shave blind, so like I generally just shave in the shower. because obviously I don't have to shave too much. It's on the sides, and I find that so funny how that's still a thing. It still pops up here for me to approve. But yeah, so I have nightmares about that. I have nightmares, and I wake up and I just literally just touch for a second. I'm like, okay, I'm safe. I'm safe. I had one for a little while, Meg, but it's disappeared. Yeah, Richard, it is terrifying. It is the worst of the nightmares. The whole slow running when there's something chasing you, that's nothing compared to shaving your beard off in a dream. It's no good. It's no good. Let's see. Dylan, do I have any plans or dates for the Wilderness Survival Cataclysm Dark Days ahead? I have no immediate plans for that. I'm thinking maybe we'll try and do it as a fun stream sometime. We might start it as a stream, because it'll just be a different way for us to play. I feel like it'll be good to have Dusk's series the way it is now, but I would like to try and do some live Cataclysm, and I feel like that would be a good series for it, so yeah. Scott, you're saying the chat on the video comes up before the actual chat. Wow, that is damn fast. There you go. Yes, this month's Town Hall, Martin, is beard appreciation. Well, actually, in New Zealand, it's Movember, and I know a lot of other places in the world have no shave. November is also another thing, and it's all about promoting men's health, and I think it's like prostate health. So, yeah, if there's anything like that out there, you know, get in and support it. Do your thing where you can, and maybe I'm doing my thing by having a beard, but I don't think that's a thing. Jake from Zealand is doing a thing. We are going to be shaving his beard off, and I'll be sure that you'll be able to see that. I will post on the I will post it, so we will see that magical thing go, and we'll have one beardless man in our group, which is sad. It's sad, but it's going to be okay. Video Girl, why did I choose the name Rycon? I've talked about this before, but I know some people don't know the kind of history behind it, but I've had the name Rycon for over 10 years now. Before Rycon, I think my tag was Cyprian, and before that it was Corvalin. But I got to Rycon because I like, my favorite television show of all time is Battlestar Galactica, and in Battlestar, there are a number of ships that you never see in the show, and some of them were just destroyed early on. And one was the Battlestar Rycon, and for some reason that name just jumped out at me, and I was just like, yes, 100% yes. Because some of you will know that I used to do StarCraft commentaries back in the day. It was my very first foray on YouTube, and I was doing it with my friend Hot Dog, who is currently running a Zealand campaign. So if you want some more Zealand, I do recommend you check out his Twitch channel. He does stream that live, and I believe it's also posted here on YouTube as well, Hot Dog 800. But me and him used to do StarCraft back in the day, and well, yeah, that's where I first started using Rycon. So there we go, and yeah, there you go, Dylan. So I knew there were probably a few of you out there that didn't actually know that, so yeah, there we go. Pringles, yeah, you've had several hundred usernames. Yeah, it's funny how you just end up sticking with one after a little while. Rogue, do I have any plans to bring back Miscreated or even a new one using Arma 3 DayZ? I've been wanting to go back to actually DayZ. I mean, I loved DayZ mod back in the day, and I purchased standalone as soon as it came out, but it's never really been in a playable state for me. But I feel like it's maybe kind of somewhat getting closer now that they have their new engine. I don't know if it's been actually implemented yet properly, but yeah. Nick, what's up? Good to see you. Shout out to Lucy. There you go, Yuli. Shout out to Lucy. Jack, what's for 100k? Well, it'd have to be something pretty cool. Let's get the 50k one done first. So, me and Triton have sat down. We've recorded the 50k special. I am in the process of editing it at the moment, but it's going to be a bit of an edit because we recorded for quite a while. We've got a lot of footage to go through, so there is a 50,000 subscriber special, and well, I think now is a good a time as any to thank every single one of you for making that possible. I know I did it in an update, but not everyone sees those updates, but thank you for helping us reach that milestone, because it's a big milestone, especially on YouTube nowadays. It's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for believing in Logan, Leon, Dusk, Riley, everyone. Everyone. There's many names. There's many names. Richard Finney has asked, when do you plan on starting a new series? There is a new series coming very, very soon. There are 2 series coming very, very soon. Actually, next week we have a new Fallout 4 survival series, which is going to be taking place in Frost, which is a massive overhaul of Fallout 4. So that is going to be replacing the Iron Maiden series, so you'll have that to look forward to. I feel like that one is going to be much more harder to survive long term in. So that's going to be kicking off next week if everything goes according to plan. And I am in the works at the moment with Skyrim Special Edition at working our second roleplay for Skyrim. So I'm using Special Edition to be able to do that one. It is going to be in the same universe as Leon's Tale. It's taking place at the same time as Leon's Tale. When the series starts, you'll know exactly when it's taking place in his tale, but they are definitely interconnected. Like they're one and the same. There are things that are going to happen in this roleplay that are going to affect Leon's and vice versa. So there we go. Megnog has asked, when am I starting an Alpha 18 series in RimWorld? So Alpha 18 is just around the corner. It hasn't released right yet, I think. The beta is out for it. But yeah. I feel like there's a lot of life left in the colony that we're in at the moment. But I would like to do an Alpha 18 series, but I'm not sure what I want to do with that just yet. I'd like to maybe go with the idea, maybe we can work towards ship construction. It does take a long time for that to happen, and then take some of the characters on from that. But yeah, I don't know if we are at that yet. Yeah, because I've just recently redone the schedule. Pardon me. But I don't know where I could fit in another, unless we kind of split it up. If we split up the amount of RimWorld we did, so we have one regular series and one, because I don't even know if that's possible, because I'd have to be swapping between Alpha 18 back to 17. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Martin, I believe Chloe is coming, but I don't know if she is here yet. Apparently Duck says yes. So Chloe must be around somewhere. Say hi, Chloe. There was a question, and I missed it before. I'm sorry, I'm just going to scroll up here. Is Darksaber. So Darksaber, I didn't miss your question. Was Leon bitten by werewolf, or was he turned by slashing? So it was essentially a combination with Leon, but you can actually see the scars on his body. The scar on his face is from claws. So he got a claw right through the face, and that's what essentially knocked him out, and he was down and out for the count. Now, as to why they didn't finish him off, maybe they didn't know he was downed, or maybe it was something else. There are aspects of Leon's origin story that haven't been fully explored yet, and those questions will be answered in time. So there we go. Yeah. So Jack, yeah, so Skyrim SE is what we're going to be doing the roleplay in. I'm wanting to go back to doing Seeking Sovngarde as well, because I know not everyone is into like the hard roleplays, so I would like to do something else in Skyrim that is more kind of survival focused. I mean, we could try and use the new survival system. I've been thinking about that, but it's just working into it. The way that Seeking ended, the way the votes went, they went in favor of this roleplay series, so I need to honor that first, but I do want to look at doing a survival series with that as well, so that's definitely on the cards. Same thing with Fallout 4. We are doing a survival series now, but we are very close to getting the roleplay kicked off for that as well. Synthesis, which is the prologue movie that I have for the roleplay, that's still in the works at the moment. Everything in that has been recorded. It is in the process of being edited still, but it's so much of a process, and that's why I don't think I will do machinima style videos again. I enjoy doing machinima style stuff for cinematics, but doing an entire video that is just like that, it takes a long time, and that's why I admire people that do it, and I know it takes a hell of a lot of time. There is a YouTuber, Blue Panda. I need to know for certain what their YouTube channel is, so you'll just have to give me a second, because this is Rycon Recommends. I didn't actually have one before, and in the description I don't have anything for Rycon recommends, but I just need to confirm if it is actually Blue Panda. It is. So Blue Panda on YouTube creates some incredibly beautiful... I need to make sure this is actually the right channel. Maybe it isn't. I was so sure it was Blue Panda, but maybe it isn't. Well, that's not the channel I thought it was. Well, I think it might have been at one stage, but maybe it isn't anymore. Maybe you guys can confirm with me as to like whether or not Blue Panda is the person I'm thinking of. But there is someone like that produces some incredible Fallout 4 machinimas. So yeah, True Zulu. I'm not going to talk about politics. I think it's the. It's safe to say I'm happy that New Zealand has a government now, which is good. I'm glad that that's been resolved. That's pretty much all I'll say on that. Amethyst, thank you for stopping by and saying hello. I did miss quite a bit of chat there, so I'm just going to scroll up really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Red Wolf, I have played the Dragon Age games. I have. Sorry, I'm trying not to scroll through chat too much because I know that can be super disorientating on the side. I have. Whether or not I would do a series with that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it's weird. I haven't played Dragon Age 3, and I don't know why I haven't, but yeah. Darksaber, Logan will definitely see V again. We haven't seen the end of his tale in New Vegas. We are going to be returning to New Vegas once Logan's memories catch up to his start, the journey in New Vegas. So he's still living through those memories right now. Thank you, Rogues. I really appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Oh, there's Chloe. There's Chloe. Hello, Chloe. Jack, do I ever think that Leon's tale will ever end? Every tale has its end. His isn't close yet. There is still more life left in Leon's tale. It's certainly not close. Now I know it seems like we're very close. We're close to the end of traditional Skyrim, but there are still many things that need to take place and happen in Leon's tale. There are, at the very least, I was trying to figure it out the other day. So there are at least after this season, and there's still a decent chunk left to this season. There are 2 more seasons after that. So yeah, there you go. You do have another additional 2 seasons. So we're looking at 6 seasons, I think, for Leon's tale. So it's it should be pretty decent. Mignog, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later. Sorry, I started reading something at the same time and my mind just went in 2 places, and I remember I'm not very good at multitasking. There you go. Martin, I appreciate that. Thanks. I try to be as genuine as possible. It's kind of the Kiwi way. We're pretty down-to-earth people. It's how we do. Elin asked, what's my favorite book? It's a real tough one. That's a really, really tough one for me to nail down just one book. I'm a massive fan of Max Brooks' World War Z. Not the movie. The movie has nothing to do with the book. Love that book. It's fantastic. Oh, that's real hard. Okay, so I'd say the next after that is not the Dust, Wool. So Wool is another kind of I can't say too much about it really. I guess it's like a post-apocalyptic type series. Highly recommend reading Wool. I think it's Wool, and then I can't remember what the second one's called. I can't remember. It's a trilogy, but it's beautiful. It's a really, really awesome book. Highly recommend it. But I think my favorite book of all time is probably Into the Wild. That's probably my favorite. John Krakauer, I can't pronounce his last name. Is an incredible writer. He did Into Thin Air as well, but that book is just yeah, it hits me. It's fantastic writing, and Christopher McCandless, who the book is about. It's a great story. It's not a story. It's real life, and yeah, I think it's a great book. In terms of books that I've read recently, American Gods is just unbelievably good. Neil Gaiman is just like a mastermind when it comes to crafting worlds and characters, and yeah. If you haven't seen the series, if you haven't seen American Gods, it's awesome. It is a fantastic series. The television show is great. The book's amazing, but the television show is just awesome. And if you haven't seen, if you head to Twitter and look at media on my channel, on that Twitter page, I recently got the chance to meet Shadow Moon, the main character in American Gods at Armageddon, which is like a pulp culture expo in New Zealand. So I managed to get a photo with him. So yeah, Jack, YouTube is my full-time job, and that's a pretty amazing thing to get to say, but that literally would not be possible without patrons. So the patrons that support this channel, they really do make this possible. Every single one of you that watches the videos, you make it possible, but it really would not be possible without without the patrons that back this channel. Because just, you know, role-playing on YouTube is, you know, it's growing. It's growing a lot, and there's a much bigger audience for it now. But not a lot of people know it exists. Not a lot of people know that these kind of videos exist out there, and so there isn't a massive audience for that yet. That's certainly growing. It's building. That's why I try to encourage as many people as possible to roleplay, because it's good. It's good for everyone, because it makes it, you know, it bolsters awareness of that type of media. So. Well, actually, in all honesty, I haven't been hit as hard by the adpocalypse as others, and that's what I can't understand. Is obviously there's some pretty serious demonetization going on YouTube at the moment. For me, it's all been super accurate. So all of my Outlast videos that I've created, all of those are demonetized. And I completely understand why. I mean, I should have been age restricting those videos in the first place, so I was playing fast and loose with that. If you haven't seen my Outlast series, like every second word is, you know, I'm swearing constantly the entire way through it. So not only that, but obviously Outlast, there is some pretty, you know, there's some pretty crazy wild things that happen in there. Joseph, I'm not a Viking. Well, I've got like 0.4% Scandinavian DNA in me, and that's about it. No, so I don't have a hell of a lot, but yeah, not much. Sorry, coffee break, 1 second. Need to recollect my thoughts there. Yeah, so yeah, all of the Outlast videos have been demonetized, but I understand that. I completely understand that. So I feel like the algorithm is working in that sense, but I see people on Twitter every single day posting, you know, at Team YouTube, and the videos that I'm seeing, I'm like, that is completely advertiser friendly. I don't understand how the algorithm is picking those up, and it wasn't picking up many of mine that I don't think. Like, I look at my Doom series, my entire Doom series is not advertiser friendly, but that doesn't get touched. So yeah, I don't understand that. But I did do a talk about that. I think actually I talked about it for a little while. My thoughts on the whole adpocalypse thing, and that's a Rycon Raw that I posted a while back. So I won't kind of go over that, what my kind of thoughts on the whole thing is. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Pewds anyway. I mean, look, I'm actually wearing his merch today. I think we can see the back. I don't even know. I can't see myself in the camera. But I'm wearing his merch because, you know, the guy needs support, you know. No, he doesn't need support. He doesn't need you to buy his merch, but I liked it. It was actually nice looking merch, so I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? Booty, I have seen the new Overwatch short. All of BlizzCon's been amazing so far. It's been incredible. So many awesome things. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Pringles. I appreciate your support. Dan, it was a bittersweet. It was bittersweet for me as well. Riley's been going for a while, and yeah, I mean, the good thing is that I guess, you know, yeah, it's bittersweet. It's definitely bittersweet. Yeah, Scott. I mean, Triton, it's on the horizon. It is on the horizon. I've been designing a few pieces, and we're getting there. We're getting there. So, yeah, I'd say in the new year, in 2018. We're going to be looking at getting some of that, so yeah. Abros Games, the Star Citizen 3.0 livestream. Oh my god, I've backed Star Citizen for a very, very long time, and I tell you what, in terms of like role plays that I have planned for the future, Star Citizen is just so ripe for role play that Oh my god, it does my mind. Like, it blows my mind. Yeah, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait for that game. I will roleplay that till the day I die. It's just everything that I would want in a sci-fi game. Oh, it's so good. So good. Yeah. Oh, Bonhart, good to see you. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, that's a good question, actually. Have I ever felt like I've taken on too many projects at one time? I kind of feel like that all the time. I feel like there's a balance between making sure that, yeah, it's tough because you never want to overdo it, for sure. It's very, very easy to want to do too many things. And I'm like that sometimes, especially when it comes to roleplays. I'm like, oh, I really want to do a roleplay of this. I really want to do a roleplay of that. And especially when I've committed to like long-term stories, like Logan's Tale and Leon's Tale, they're long-term. They're for some reason I can't talk today. It's pretty much every day, I'll be honest. But I've committed to those long-term stories, and I really need to watch how much I do take on. But the way that I've got it at the moment is that I'm always trying to work my schedule in such a way that I'm going to be able to get as much as I can done, but then also have other things in there that kind of mix things up as well, just so that it doesn't become too much of the same all the time, because I feel you do need that variation, but at the same time it is important not to take on or do too much stuff. Yeah, it certainly does feel like it sometimes, especially because where problems start coming in is that if anything goes wrong with an episode that I'm recording earlier in the week, it has knock-on effects for every video that comes after that, so it can make a yeah, it can make it very, very difficult to keep catching up, because then you end up just playing catch up all the time. And sometimes I just need to let something go for a week and then come back to it after a little while. So yeah, I think I answered that. I think I do tangent a lot. I tangent quite a long time. Megan, how long is Logan? Oh, like, how long is his tail? I know someone had been asking how old he is, so I'm wondering if that was a typo or not. Otherwise, that is a very interesting question, Megan. Logan in Logan's Dawn is 19, which I think is canon for coming out of the vault. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could well be wrong. So he would... Jesus. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I'm pretty sure it's 19. And I'm trying to remember... I can't tell you exactly 100% how old he is in New Vegas, because I know I've said before, and I can't remember off the top of my head because I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. He's in his 20s. Yeah, so 19 is canon. He's in his 20s at the start of New Vegas. A decent amount of time has passed between the two. I can't remember 100%, so I wouldn't be able to answer that now. Otherwise, I'd be giving out misinformation. Yeah. Triton, you're a legend. Well, you're already a member of the channel, 100%. Darksaber, will Logan go back to 101? I think he will eventually, but he isn't likely to do that anytime soon. I think he's also afraid of going back, because I feel like there definitely is a part of him where he's afraid of how Amada would see him, because I feel like now he really does see himself as a, well, I guess like another monster of the wasteland. But he's come to terms with that, and I think, as you'll see in the next episode, actually the one that comes out today. Oh no, it's already out. It's already out. Many of you have already been commenting on it. The episode that follows that, the one that's coming next week, well, where Logan is at the end, I mean, he's definitely channeling that side of him for good, in a sense. Yeah. Alkion, I have heard of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I really look forward to giving it a go. It's gone in a different direction than I thought it would. It seems like the story is very controlled. I know you can. There are obviously a lot of different role-playing potential outcomes for different situations, so you aren't as kind of locked into different situations as you are in some other role-playing games, but I'm trying to find out if the protagonist is voiced. I think they might be. That's not so much a problem. I might be able to work things around with that, but we'll see. I really do want to do a roleplay of it because it looks like a fantastic game. And yeah, everyone in the comments is correct. It is time for us to announce a new Lotum. If you don't know what the Lotum is the Legionnaire of the Month. Essentially, that's Legionnaire of the Month is someone that has excelled in just being an incredible Legionnaire for whatever reason. There are a number of different reasons that someone might be nominated. They are often nominated by me, but then they are also sometimes nominated by other people in the community as well. So if you ever have any nominations, let me know. Let me know in the Discord, in the Twitter. In the Twitter, am I fifth? No, I'm not fifth. Am I 80? That would be better to say. Yeah. Am I 80? No, I'm not. The Twitter. Yes, let me know on the Twitter. Let me know on the Twitter who you think. So there we go. Panda, thank you so much for your fantastic service as the Legionnaire of the Month. We are going to be rolling down that banner. Farewell. Thank you. You shall not be forgotten. And it is time for us to announce the new Legionnaire of the Month. Let's start that terrible, not so great drum roll on my desk. I'm still yet to get a mini set of drums. It hasn't happened yet. The Legionnaire of the month of November is Yuli. Congratulations, Yuli. You were actually nominated by a number of people on the Discord as the Legionnaire of the month because you are one of those core parts of the Discord. If anyone in the chat right now hasn't been on the Discord, I highly recommend you do go check it out. It is in the description. It is a place for the Legion to hang out, to have a real community, a place to chat, a place to share ideas, thoughts, feelings, and Yuli has been all over the Discord in every way and is great at keeping that community alive. Not only that, but also taking part in all the different text role plays that we have on there as well. So congratulations, Yuli. You were nominated by a number of people on that Discord, so you are definitely deserving of the position. So there you go. And like I said, if you haven't been on the Discord before, I highly recommend that you go check it out because it's a great place. There are a lot of really awesome people in that Discord. It's a community that I never thought that we would have. When I first started this. I mean, when I first started doing this, Discord wasn't around. We didn't really have a way to, have everyone in one place like that. And it's awesome. And I know I'm not on the Discord all the time, but I am a lurker. I'm there, and it warms my heart when I see that sense of community that everyone has on there. And yeah, it means a hell of a lot to me. And Yuli, you're a big part of that. Drink that cocoa. You deserve it, and we'll have your eye watching on us up the top corner, up here. No, not up there. I've flipped my camera. There we go. Up that way. Over there. Oh, I haven't flipped it, rather. Yeah. So there we go. We have our Lotum. So, yeah. Pringles, no. I'm never horrified by anything. I do have a lot of laughs, though. There are some pretty interesting things that go down in there. We will be starting that Dark Brotherhood roleplay very soon, Dan. This week, actually, I am starting the initial cinematic recordings for that, so that should be coming around quite soon. Wayne, I just wanted to say that because of me, you got into Cataclysm. Oh, fantastic! Great. You're doing oh, nice. You're doing a D&D game based on Cataclysm. I like it. I like it. It's going to be punishing. It's going to be very punishing, I imagine. Nick, how am I doing? I'm doing really good. I'm having a good weekend. I was playing a session of Star Wars at Triton's place last night. We were doing his Star Wars campaign, his tabletop campaign, and we did amazingly well. We did incredibly well. Like, we just aced this fight that was meant to be much harder than it actually was. And yeah, oh, it was great. It was fantastic. Band Angel, will I ever do a Leon's Tale blooper supercut? I would like to be able to. Unfortunately, a lot of the bloopers are just lost. I try and save them when I can, but for the most part, just with the speed that I have to edit at, I end up removing a whole heap of those as quickly as possible. And just because of space requirements, I can't have too much sitting on my drives at any one time. Just because I've got so many series ongoing, they're on and off all the time. So yeah, Rogue, I'm glad you joined the Discord. It's honestly, it's a really good place, and it's also a place where you can very quickly learn about what's happening on the channel, because everyone is just so in the know there that you'll know exactly what's going on when, and some behind the scenes things as well. Behind the scenes. What is a theme? Yeah. Richard, how do you be a better Legionnaire? Well, just be your fantastic self. But I mean, look, really, it's just about helping. It's just helping bolster the sense of community that we have here, being a part of that community, and yeah. Christian has asked, that feeling when you start watching Cataclysm and realize you have 80 plus episodes to catch up on. Yeah, my recommendation is if you're ever wanting to catch up on a series, especially something like Cataclysm, feel completely fine with chucking that thing on 2 times speed. That's how I end up watching a lot of YouTube. If it's something where it's like obviously very cinematic and it's you know, there are a lot of different, you know, like subtle story elements and music points and stuff like that, I'll watch it at regular speed, but quite often I will end up watching it at a much faster rate. Whenever you see me pause like that, it's because I'm trying to read chat at the same time, and like really my brain is not doing too good today. Let's see. Dan, how do you feel about the whole loot box controversy? You might have to clue me in on that. I haven't actually heard about that, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You clue me in on that, so that I can know what's kind of going on with that. Have I seen the new game, The Ghost of Tsushima? No, I haven't, just random. I have not seen that yet. Yeah. No. Haven't seen it. Megan, did I originally plan for Logan to be the protagonist of Fallout 3 and New Vegas? No. I didn't. And the main reason behind that is because I've told some people this before, but the reason I started doing this in the first place was I was inspired by Inferno Canuck, a Canadian YouTuber who was literally the only person doing this kind of role-playing on YouTube. I feel like every single person that's doing it now was inspired by him. It definitely seems to be that way. It's like all of us that are doing it now were inspired by Inferno's style and his kind of storytelling that he was doing with a video game, and I was just like, this is incredible. This is an entirely new medium that you know, just isn't being explored. So I jumped on it and I was like, I want to do New Vegas because I couldn't find anything else on YouTube, so that's why I started with New Vegas. I never intended for Logan to be that protagonist in Fallout 3, but it just ended up falling into place after a little while, because originally I was like, you know, he's doing his series, don't want to step on his toes. But I know that series did actually stop after a little while. He comes back to it occasionally, but the reason that I thought it was time for Logan to take place in that was it just kind of it fit so perfectly with Logan's memory loss and obviously him having these false memories. He did believe some very different things, and the brain can be tricked and influenced by the environment, and that's what was happening to him for the longest time. Yeah. Oh, those loot boxes. Okay, Dan, I understand. So when you say loot box, I thought you were talking about like the subscription service loot box that I know a lot of different YouTubers are sponsored by. So I thought that's what you were talking about. But like loot boxes, I do understand that. Yeah. Okay, pay to win. Yeah. There we go. That's awesome, Malium. I mean that's the thing, is like, and that's what's great, is that there is this kind of chain. You know, there's this chain of people, like Inferno inspired me, and I'm humbled to know that I have inspired others out there to do this. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, I want as many people as possible to be role-playing on YouTube, because I want to see this medium, this new way of storytelling. I really do want to see it flourish, and also because seeing what other people are able to do encourages me to do things better as well. Like when I see someone try something new that I haven't seen before, I'm like, that's incredible. You know, okay, all right. Like, how can I implement something like that, or how can I tell the story better? Or, you know, it's just great to see what other people are able to do. And what's great is, like, I was talking on the Character Crusade podcast about it recently, because we were in there with like 3 different people that were all doing Skyrim roleplays, but every single one of our stories is completely different from the next. And that's what's great about a game like Skyrim, is that there is the opportunity to tell so many different stories, and not every single story has been told in that yet. And that's why I think these games going forward into the future for these kind of series are going to be brilliant, because it is a new and different way of storytelling, and no one knows the best way to do it yet, or even if there is a best way. I don't think there is a best way, but yeah, it's just encouraging to know that this type of this genre, I suppose you could call it, is growing, and it's growing more and more each year, and more people are finding it and being like, well, this is cool. So yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, obviously, traditional role-playing, like playing role-playing games, etc. I mean, everyone role-plays, right? I guess what I'm talking about is more like the series-type format, so turning like a show, like a Let's Play, into more of a TV show or a film. So not just like a machinima, but rather the way that you play it, and as in like you're in the character the entire way, and I mean, that I feel like is still a pretty... I mean, it's only really been on YouTube for you know, for the last, like, 4 or 5 years, so it's still pretty young. And, yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where it's going to go over the next 5 years. Oda Bling? That is a... Oh, is that Oda Bling? Or it is Oda Bling? That is a fantastic name. Oda Bling asks, do you think you'd get along with your characters if I met them in real life? I feel like some of them I would, some of them I would not. Yeah. I feel like Leon is a dangerous person to be around. Bad things follow Leon. So I don't know if I'd be wanting to follow Leon. And the same thing with Logan, actually. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like they'd be tough people to get along with for a long period of time. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Really hanging out with any of them is pretty dangerous. People that hang out with them generally tend to die. It's not a safe position to be in, so yeah. Will I play Divinity Original Sin? I'm not sure. I've been wanting to give it a go, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure on that one. Alkion, I just saw your comment at the top. You just binge watched 10 episodes of Leon, and it feels weird hearing my real voice. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, after listening to Leon for a long time, hearing, you know, I guess a not so deep voice Kiwi is strange, and I think that's why it's funny. I think a lot of the time there is a conception that there is more than one person working on the channel, that Rycon is multiple people, but it's just me. It's just me doing my thing. What I do. Twitch, you're right. Miko is a good boy. He is a good boy. Yeah, true, Mutton. Who's to say this isn't my real voice? It might not be at all. I could be putting it on. There you go. Do I have any good Skyrim Dark Fantasy type mods? I don't know off the top of my head, but I mean, Dark Fantasy, Brojul did like a video maybe a year or 2 ago, and it was like a whole like package of Dark Fantasy type mods. So I recommend that you check out that video, because there's a whole heap of good Dark Fantasy mods in that. Abro Games, how does a roleplay in VR sound? I'm a little well, I'm not disappointed. I guess VR in Fallout and Skyrim is not going the way that I kind of would want it to go. What I would want out of VR is literally how Oculus was when it first started. I want to not be using controllers. I want to be using a keyboard and a mouse for my movement and for aiming and attacking. I literally just want the head, or sorry, rather the VR to be able to control the look, the movement, to be able to look around, in the same way that, you know, you would be able to like lean and look around a corner, and be able to control like your I guess no, you doesn't even really need to control height. So I don't know. I saw a test a long time ago, and I can't remember who did it. I think maybe Gopher might have done a test in New Vegas a really long time ago, and it looked amazing. I mean, that's what I would want in terms of VR in those kind of games, because when I'm doing a roleplay, I try and act as much as possible with the mouse, so like obviously control the head movement as much as possible, but you're always going to get like a rigid movement with the mouse, and you don't really get like the nuances that come with your head movement, because when I'm role-playing, when I'm recording, I'm always moving my head, and like so when like Leon or Logan is feeling down, like I am literally like I've got my head down, which obviously changes the way that your voice sounds, so it's kind of important that you're acting with your body as well when you're doing voice work. But that's what I would want out of a VR experience. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. But then also, I wouldn't want the video itself to be VR. In a way, I would just want the head movements itself. So I don't know whether it's worth me looking to track IR or something like that. But then I find track IR isn't like it controls like sideways movement, but not like up and down as much. So I don't know, but I would love to have a system in which I could control that look independent of my arms, because when you're aiming, like for Skyrim for example, when you're aiming a bow in real life, you don't like keep your head tracked with the bow, right? You can like look around while you're still aiming in one direction. So that would be the great thing. That's what I would want, you know, Skyrim VR to be, would be, you know, you're controlling with your mouse and keyboard, you're aiming in that direction, you hear a noise behind you, so you look to see what it is, you fire, and then you look back and you see the arrow flying towards the target that you had it at before, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see, but I don't think it's what we're going to get. I feel like a lot of it has been focusing on this kind of teleporting style of movement, where it just does away with the keyboard and mouse, and I don't know if that works. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Malin. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Video Girl, we do need a companion mod. I'd love to have companion mods for both Logan and Leon. Would be fantastic, and I'd love to voice them as well. It's just I don't have any experience in that at all. What I'd like to do eventually is I would like to approach someone like Smart Blue. Oh my god. Smart Blue Cat, who is the creator of Inigo. I feel like I would like to go to him because Inigo is just an amazingly made companion, and if I was to get someone to help me create something like that, it would definitely be Smart Blue Cat. So yeah, actually speaking of Smart Blue Cat and other YouTubers as well, I've been wanting to try and work with other YouTubers more than just like podcasts and things on the side, and I'm always trying to find new things on YouTube as well, because obviously YouTube is a very big space, and there are some pretty amazing things out there that are being done by, you know, people who have only been doing it for like a year or even less. So there are some pretty amazing YouTubers out there, and I know some of you will have some of those YouTubers in mind. So it doesn't matter kind of what level of YouTuber they are at. What I would like for us to be able to do is, my Twitter is in the description of this video. If you have a YouTuber that you would like to see me doing a collaboration with, let me know. Tag us both, and I will try and get in contact and see if and what we might be able to do. But I am wanting to try and do more things with other people, try and bring them into projects and work on other projects with people as well. So if there are, YouTubers out there that you would like to see me working with, let us both know on Twitter, and we'll see where things go. So yeah, that would be fun. I would like it. Let's see, where are we at? Twitch. Sorry, is it Twitch? I keep on wanting to say Twitch. I guess it's Twitch, not Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. I haven't played Shadow of War yet. It's one I've kind of missed out on. Martin, I haven't played anything on console for a long time. Last console I had was a PS3, and I famously never played anything on that console, and Triton used to give me crap for that all the time, because I just used to use it as a Blu-ray player, and because I'm that much of a PC gamer that yeah, that I never really played on it that much. So yeah, funnily enough, Video Girl, if I could do a official fan meet in another country, where would you go? It would probably have to be somewhere in the States, and apologies to everyone else in the world. It is where the main audience on this channel is, but I'd love to go everywhere. And look, when I'm traveling, I will, as much as possible, try and organize meetups. We did one in Toronto, and that was awesome. That was really, really cool. I'd love to be able to do more meetups in New Zealand, but the reality is, there aren't actually that many New Zealand Legionnaires outside my group of friends. I know there are a few, but there certainly aren't that many. But yeah, if I'm going to do New Zealand meetup, I will plan that far in advance for sure. Oh dear, apparently the stream dropped out according to my browser, but I think you can all still see me and hear me. Perhaps. Well, health is good. Yeah. Martin, everything's still working? What's happening to the stream? Oh dear, can you see me now? Oh dear. Okay. Alright, we're back. Oh, we're back, but it's gone bad. What is going on? One moment. We are suffering from some technical difficulties here. Oh, apparently it's all good now? Yeah, that's strange. We've never had that happen before. It's still telling me my status is bad, so I don't know what is going on with that, but now it's telling me, I'm not sure. But yeah, okay, as long as you all can see me and hear me, that's good. But I think there was just some kind of hiccup there. So that is, it's unusual. Yeah, that's strange. Latency was so low, it was negative latency. Well, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, Martin, you're right. I think we kind of went like into negative latency, and yeah, it it all went crazy. Booty, the eye, the Lotum is Yuli. If I had a favorite D&D race and class, what would it be? From Dan Pugh. Oh, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. There's so many that I don't, honestly, I don't think I'd be able to nail it down. Yeah. I think you're right. Band Angel, it is the guard in the background. It's Gallagher. It's Gallagher guard in the background that's plotting to slowly take over Dragon's Reach. Look at him. He knows what's going on. It's on that side. I'm terrible at this. It's reversed, Rycon. Yeah. It's been choppy here for a while. Apologies about that. It seems it's telling me that the status is good now, so hopefully things should be a little bit better now. Never seen that happen before. It could be because of the low latency. It could have been causing some issues trying to just keep up with it, but as far as like my PC is concerned, everything's been running perfectly fine, so yeah, I don't know. Let's see, Project Iro? Sorry, Project. I don't know if I'm getting your name right there, but when I go into a new roleplay, how much prep work do I usually do for the character? It depends on that character themselves. Like, so for a game like Outlast, I go into it pretty blind. I know the basics of, yeah, I know the basics of that, of the character, but I don't know too much else going into it, which I think is okay. But, yeah, for other characters, it does take a little bit more work. Like the character that I'm doing for the new Skyrim roleplay, that is a decent amount of prep work. And the same thing for Fallout 4, our main character in Fallout 4. There has been a decent kind of creation progress for that character, which I haven't really done before. Like, I'll be honest, with Leon, well, with Logan was a blank slate. Like, obviously because he had amnesia, so I could just go... I could just go completely blind with him because I'm developing his personality along the way because he doesn't have anything to go off. Yeah. Dan, I can't say anything about the race of my Dark Brotherhood character without giving too much of the story away. So, yeah, I'll stay tight-lipped on that one. But yeah, so these new characters, I am doing a lot more development with them beforehand because... they need it. They need it. Just because their backstories are robust and they're fitting into an existing world in a way that it needs to make sense. Yeah. Just to answer a question I saw earlier, someone was asking about The Witcher 3. I haven't played The Witcher 3, and I know that's terrible. I know it's terrible. It's an amazing role-playing game, but I haven't played it because most of my time is the recording process. So I record in edit every day right up until the evening, and sometimes well into the evening, as Charlotte can attest to. But I try and cut off at the end so that I can play games outside of it as well. But The Witcher 3, I think, is quite a commitment, and I haven't quite got to that yet. Alkion, I haven't seen or done too much with Skyrim together. I'm not sure. Oh, Total Death, fan art, what am I doing? Thank you for helping me do my job here. We're getting towards the end. We are going to be doing our fan art roll, and I'm also going to be thanking our lovely patrons. And I'm going to get out of breath, because there are a number of lovely patrons. So we're going to go ahead, we are going to get rid of my face. Bye, I've disappeared, I've teleported away, and we are going to go and pull up all of our fantastic fan art. We're going to have that rolling on by while I go ahead and thank everyone that has supported and made this channel possible. Apparently, oh no, we're still good? Oh no, Ghost Rycon, okay, good. Okay, so starting off, thank you to Parapalui Fox, Hortonainen, A Can of Pringles, Little Black Duck, Gallig Helros, Jan Parky, Christopher Brady, Louis Hubbock, Ryan Brady, Triton, Wolf, Gundanium Entertainment / Phil's Law, R Red 1234, Daniel okay, right, Daniel Skovgard Hansen. This is essentially Rycon tries to pronounce everyone's names and does a terrible job, so I apologize. Can Tobas, Sean Dunn. I don't know why I had trouble with Sean then. That should have been a lot easier for me. Haderach, Blitzstar, John and Haley, Max, Bill Hollingshead, Psycho Punch and Bambi, Axel Roxanne, Void Empress Supreme, E-Power, The Persistent Noob, Skyware Chicken, Shadow Thief, Kyrak Drakar, Athlois, Lao Shi, Andrew Paulson, CL, Jeremy Berto, Josh Knoll, Elin Heaton, Ray Harris, Alex Joyner, Chakras, Daniela D. Bernardi, Jackie Coley, Luca Sesson Zogby Paiva, Daniel Carpenter, James Cooper, Paul Miguel, James McCarty, Solace Sphere, Mick, Curses, Bowl TM, Martin Amantorp, Jack Foster, Alyssa Vedder, Corrine Dorsey, Lucas Young, Robert Oberg, Amethyst, Zach Clay, Tom Eric McCallson, Morgan Johnson, Hawkeye Latour, Division Era, Ilmilthian, Zero Zulu, Rasmus Kreberg, Brett Jones, Dan Salvati, Gravedigger Mordecai, Stice, or Steese, Dominic Kemp, Logie Wonk, Kyle Matson, Gravy with an X, GRXVZY, that is a mouthful, Russell Hinsdale, Tony Kaler, Vakara, Doomgeneer, Skoomakin, Max Goldfine, Red Nova, Glenn Dean, Lee Cook, Calvin Fisher Jr., Anvil Pants, Roman Yachivan, Ron Labrie, D. Johnson, Jeffrey Fawcett, Alfredo, Alselmi Kumalainen, Brian Olmsted, Matt, Scott Wilhelm, Tim Berry, Colton Bradle Brown, Jack of Cal, and Flinty. Thank you very much. Okay, alright. Well, thank you also to the fantastic fan art that has been given this month. Sorry, apologies, this one's upside down. That's terrible of me. I should have checked that beforehand. Let's go ahead. Bam! I'm back. Okay, I just teleported back. It's a new ability I have. There we go. If you have any fan art you'd like to share on the channel, feel free to post it on Facebook or Twitter, but hit us up on the Discord as well. We have a fan art channel as well that's dedicated to sharing that fan art with the Legion, so be sure to share it in multiple places so you'll know I will see it for sure. And we're going to be including those in every role every month for the fan art that's happened in that month. So there we go. Alright. Oh, I think I need a drink of water. I should have one with me, but we're all done with the coffee. The coffee is finished. And guys and gals, that is where we're going to be wrapping up today's Town Hall. Thank you all for joining me. But before I finish, I do want to go over one small change. Those of you who have been following the channel for a while will know that we have a secondary channel, myself and Charlotte, Scarlet Takes. There are some changes that are going to be happening over there, and I'm going to be bringing some of the vlogs back over here. So you are going to see a new series of vlogs that are going to be taking place on this channel whenever anything interesting is happening. They aren't going to be super regular, but it's you know, whenever they do come out, they're going to be on there, so you can look forward to seeing some of those pop up soon. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has made it today. If you are watching afterwards, thank you for watching anyway. This is just a good chance for us to all hang out and well, have a good time. And I have definitely had a good time. Patrons, make sure that you do join me in the Discord afterwards so we can have our chat. Guys and gals, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. I'm going to fade away now into the ether with my mouse as I look down and attempt to turn off my webcam. There we go. I'm just a voice now. And bye.